Marie,
And of
Daniel.
course, Sandy's talking to somebody who we don't know.
Oh,
Your,
that's
oh, your
you've
sister.
got it muted.
Oh, well, fine.
I
Your
see
sister's
Linda's
more
here.
important than
I
we
see
are,
Linda's
huh?
here, but Peter's signing in. You know what I mean?
All right. Oh, yeah, I got to take care of that. Hang on just a quick
Look at
second.
Lisa Marie's blue lights, man.
All right. Fantastic. Well,
Looks
welcome,
awesome.
welcome,
Hi,
welcome, every.
Melody.
Oh, sorry, Robert. Well, welcome, 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 everybody. It is Sunday, August 25th, and time for the Imaginators.
Nice.
We are so glad to have you with us today, this Sunday. And just a real quick thing, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Um, Again, as usual, if you're new, we're going to let you know. But if you're not new and you're here and you want to talk to Robert directly, very simple to do. You can go ahead. You see where I am on the screen. Put your cursor right on my nose just to make sure you got it there and it works. And then scroll down. There you go, Robert. Thank you so very much. Ooh, that felt good. I'm not going to say that you picked my nose, but you did pick it out of all of the people that are here. So, anyways, enough said. Look at the buttons on the bottom of the screen, and one of those is raise hand. Click on that, and we will call on you to join us so that you can talk to Robert directly. You can also submit a question or comment that we will discuss either in the YouTube or in the Zoom chats. And if it's particularly a question, then we will ask it on your behalf. That's how we do Imaginators. And of course, the whole idea of being part of Imaginators is that we get to imagine more and bring out more of that imagination with everybody here in our amazing Imaginator community. So let's go ahead and get things rolling. And I do see that it is apparently Jerome's birthday today.
Happy birthday!
So before we get going, and since it is today and people have brought it to our attention, let's go ahead and I guess sing happy birthday to Jerome. And
Yeah.
let's go ahead and unmute everybody. There we go. And all join in on the count of three. One, two, three. Happy
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 birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Birthday to
Happy
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
birthday
to
to
Jerome.
you.
Dear
you.
Happy
Jerome.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
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 dear
dear
Jerome.
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 Birthday to
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
birthday
to
to
you.
Happy
you.
you.
birthday
Beautiful
to
Many
Wow,
day.
more.
you.
wow, wow,
How
Happy
wow, wow,
old
birthday.
wow.
are you? You live in a zoo.
Hey, 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 watch that. Oh my gosh, how amazing. And Jerome, happy
Okay.
birthday. Yes, I agree, Arthur. That went very well as we could assume on Zoom. All right, hang
Who's
on
got the
just a
sound in
second.
the background?
Yeah.
All right, hang on. There we go. So, there's that, and there's unmute.
How you doing, buddy?
You got Maddie.
Okay.
You got Maddie in the co-hoster.
Let me go ahead and get him up in there. I did see
It's
him
With him being a
online.
co-hoster, if you don't put him in, then he'll have a ring and he'll leave a ring on the table.
Uh-oh, we can't have that.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. All right. Yeah, we got Matt
Like
as
a
co-host.
coaster. Like,
Oh, good one, Robert. Good
I
one.
don't know if it was good, but hey, it was.
I liked it. It works.
Lame.
All right. Well, all right, everybody. So now that now that we're ready to roll here, thank you again so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. Let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Robert and Terry Hollis.
Thank you very much, Craig, hostess with the mostest, and hello everybody. It's great to have you on Imaginators. I'm so happy and grateful that I flew out early and got home, and so that I could do AMA with you guys and also Imaginators. So let's get it going. I got a couple of little surprises for you. Craig's going to share some stuff with you, and then we're gonna go from there. So. Craig, I'm inspired by what you're going to share with us. So take over, please.
All right, let me make sure that we got it set up because I got to give, again, I mentioned it yesterday. I have to give credit to Sandy Baker for this first share. And I did notice that in the Imaginators Facebook Messenger group that it seemed to have been shared. But for those of you who aren't part of that group or who didn't see the share before, we're going to share this right now. And what a great explanation of everything that is going on with the Akashics and the tap to trades. Now, the reason why I say great explanation is because I know everybody is so enamored by it. We want things done yesterday. You know, I'm gonna invoke my phrase, even though I don't say it that much, but many of us are of the ilk of Lord grant me the patience, but I want it now. And especially when it comes to the trading. We want it yesterday. Now, the nice thing is this is other people's money, but we don't want to lose more than what is part of the that is required of the challenge, because then we got to re-enter the challenge and everything like that. So I know that Robert has been preaching it, Matt's been preaching it, I've been preaching it, and several others. Patience, patience, patience. Please, patience. But one thing that I really found, and thank you again, Sandy Baker, for helping us with this video, is Brent Badal also shared this amazing video about how things can change when it comes to trading very quickly. So if you give me a quick moment while I make sure everything looks good, I am going to share this video from Brent. Now, Brent is one of the experts that is part of Akashics, who is helping us learn how to trade. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. Please watch, please observe, please take notes, and actually please take note of what he says and how he says it. Here we go.
Hey fam, what's up? I'm sending this quick little video because I know a lot of times it's best if it's communicated in voice versus typing it. Sometimes it could be a little bit confusing when I'm typing. So with the Tap to Trade today, letting you guys know how Tap to Trade works. I know if you were in a live session, I explained it and now you understand it, but for those that were not, I'm gonna explain this really quick for you too. So when us educators send a Tap to Trade, currently we send the Tap to Trade and you guys have 2 minutes to approve. So what we do is we send the trade, and the trade is right here. So I sent my trade at 24:06 when I took it. But I wait 2 minutes, and then based off those 2 minutes, then I could go ahead and modify, close, do what I have to do, right? To make sure that everybody has a chance to get into that trade for that 2 minute period. Now, with that said, today's trade was just really good. So today's trade, I hate that a lot of people didn't take time, and it's just how it works, right? I know a lot of people on the live session profited from it a lot more, but what happened was this. Went in at 24:06. In the matter of 15-20 seconds, we dropped 25 to 30 pips immediately. 30 seconds later, we dropped almost 50 pips. So we hit 50 to 60 pips in the matter of 60 to 80 seconds, maybe.
Wow.
I needed to wait. I didn't close it at that time. I needed to wait that 2 minutes. So by waiting those 2 minute periods, the trade went back up. The way that I scalp very fast. Those that join my live sessions, you know, we're in and out in the matter of 60 to 80 seconds. We don't take too long on these trades. So once it goes back up, I need to wait a little bit, and then I adjust it. So when I adjust it to secure profits for those that went in, as soon as the Tap to Trade was sent, you guys cleared out 10 to 20 pips. If anybody else went in a minute to a minute and a half later, anybody went in at 1 minute 59, you guys went in almost where the TP was hitting. So obviously you guys lost, right? I do apologize for that just because I'm an educator, I send it, but at the end of the day, I don't have control over the market as far as how fast it's going to move. We analyze it, we see a trade, and it could take 3 minutes, it could take 3 hours, it could take 3 days, right? We don't know how fast the market wants to move. I trade during New York market. I expect to be in the trades very fast. Most of my trades don't even last 5 minutes.
Wow.
Most of the Tap to Trades that I've sent, we've been pretty good, right? We have enough time to get in, get out. The last trades that I've sent, I was between last week and until today, I was 7 Tap to Trades in a row without losing. I believe 6 or 7 Tap to Trades I had sent out, and we had not lost one. My winning streak ended today. So today with one trade, my winnings, I think it was 7 tap the trades in a row that I've sent out that we've been able to get in time, and we profited. Today the market just moved so fast to where we literally didn't have time based off how tap the trade works. I love what Jenna said, right? When you start learning at that point a little bit more, then you can use a tap the trade as a trade alert idea, and you can modify, you can do a little bit at that point. So if you know that, you could have used a tap the trade like what Jenna did. Ooh, tap the trade says 2506. Here's a stop loss, here's a TP. Let me go and place it in manually instead. So she was able to wait a little bit, get in a better position, profit a little bit more. Same thing, everybody in the live session, we're able to get in a little bit better. In the live session, we went in 2 more times, we profited 2 more times. So it's one of those things, guys, that just don't let this overwhelm you at any point. We obviously hear you guys right now. We're literally in a chat right now, coming up with more ideas how to improve this with a lot of development teams, a lot of educators, a lot of corporate to make this better and not run into the situation. My take, like I always say, imagine that a tap the trade, you only have 15 seconds to take it. What if tap the trade, you only have 30 seconds to set the trade? Would you kind of chill and give yourself a full 2 minutes, or will you be on it right away? If you have the Akashics app and your notifications are on and your battery optimization is off on Android, your notification comes in, because I take it, guys, on my phone. I take the tap the trade, literally 2 to 3 seconds later, bam, it's there. The notification is up. Akashics, ramp it up. And I take it myself. I go into my own trades too. So imagine that you only had 15, 20 seconds to take a tap the trade. I'm sure you would get in it right away. And if that would have been the situation today, you would have only made like 10, 20 pips. You wouldn't have lost. But the fact that you took a little bit longer and the market moved so fast, that's what happened. It wasn't that it was a bad trade. It wasn't that you really did nothing wrong. Don't knock yourself out either. The market moved very fast on us. 50 pips in the matter of a minute or less. So very fast. The idea was there. And we just continue, we go on, we move forward. So my suggestion is go ahead and imagine that the tap the trades, you literally have 15 seconds to take it. You put yourself that importance, that pressure on it. As soon as the tap the trade opens, I'm right away opening, bam, I'm in, to get yourself in a better position and not wait too long and you get into this point. But we will continue to better this. We'll be able to continue to improve this every single time, better every time ourselves. So thank you guys. I know it's a long 5-minute message, but I think it was very important to bring this up to you guys, so that way everybody's aware, everybody understands, and we continue going forward and have a great mindset, continue pushing forward. We still have plenty of day, plenty of week, so let's keep on pushing it. Thanks, guys. And as always, it's not about getting to the top, but it's about how many people you could bring with. We still have a few hours left for the promo, 48 hours, so let's go ahead and do as much as we can. See you guys.
You get an idea of what Brent is saying, and it does make sense. This is how fast that the market can change. Even if you watch the stock market just from the stocks itself, you can see where it goes up, down, up, down, up, down all the time. And you don't know. And the other thing is too, and it was kind of mentioned in other chats and things like that, where even what happens in the news can change the stock market and can change the trading so fast that you don't know. And we just have to understand. Yeah, thank you, Robert, for sharing that. Definitely. Because you don't know, you're in it for the long run is what that shows. And it again is, I know we've said it in a different way when it comes to setting our goals and reaching our goals, where yes, we want it in that straight line that's going up. But what happens? Boom, bump, 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 setback, bump, 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 forward. Okay, we're almost there. Oh, step back, bump, bump, bump. And then, eventually we will get there. So we just have to keep our mindset on what is going to be the outcome that we want. And most importantly, follow the experts. That is the whole reason why we are doing this. We don't know enough to go out on our own yet. I mean, those of you that do, fantastic, do so. Those of you that do decide to go out on your own and you're not as experienced, and hold on, Robert, let me share that with everybody. Let's see. There it is. Okay. And now that's what your Robinhood account, right?
That's my
With
Robinhood
NVIDIA.
account.
Yeah. You notice, even though he's in the green, there are some high greens and some low greens. So, but the green means that he is above his investment, but there were still losses.
Yeah, if you see the main line, that's where I got in. So I got in and look how far it went down before it came back up. So at one time I was 13% in the negative, and now I've only been in for 3 months, and now I'm almost 6% to the positive. And this is the only time that I stop looking at it. See, I've invested in stock and crypto and other stuff in the past, and then it just keeps going and dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. So I bought crypto at 67, 68, and then watch it drop to 16 and went, I'm done with this stuff. I ain't watching it anymore. I'll just take the loss and leave. But if you go look at crypto from the beginning of this year to now, you made money. So if I would have stayed in for 3 years, I would be laughing all the way to the bank, right? And so we watch these up and downs that are just crazy. And after I watched that video, Sandy, thank you so much for sending it, because as soon as he came in, this time, as soon as I got the notification, Curtis, and I get it directly, I have it unmuted on the trade signals from Telegram. So when I get that first and I go in, it might have not notified my phone, but it says approve on there. You know what I mean? And so as soon as I get that signal from Telegram, I open up my app, click on tap to trade, and hit approve just as fast as I can. And it might be like a minute, 57 seconds. But this time, because he said that, I opened up Trade Locker and I was watching it. And it went bam, 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 and I sold. That's the first time I ever took over a trade. So it went click, click, and it was like $40. I clicked, I'm out of it, because he said, 5-10 seconds, and I made $40. So then I went back and looked at the trade in its entirety, and it would have lost $140 if I just walked away from the phone. So they've been talking at corporate on how they can make the trades faster. But then that brings us to the point what's going to happen this month. So, we're going to get on with Joel Ayers, and he's going to talk about his whole strategy for our team. And so now when he's doing what you need to do in the background while he's talking about what he's doing. And you just catch profits out, catch profits out, catch profits out. But you can also do it on the sell side. So I'm learning a lot, and that's cool. And Craig, I also know that you were going to talk about the other video, remember?
So, oh, yeah.
So watch those, because I got a story about those two, and then we'll immediately finish up.
Sounds good. And just a FYI, got to give a shout out to Total Upgrade Inc. Whoever the person is, I'm sorry if I don't know your name, but they donated to the cause. They donated $50 in the super chat.
Peter's pointing at himself.
It is Peter? Okay, well, thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Peter.
Appreciate that. And that money goes to the kids.
Thanks, Linda.
Peter and Linda. Fantastic. So that money will go to the kids.
Now, wait a minute. If you have 3 different places in the Zoom, did you donate 3 times? No, I'm kidding. Right.
And if you do want to donate, that's great. We appreciate it. We love it. All the donations do go to the orphanages that Robert supports, and it all goes there. So with your help, we help donate to the kids.
Did you send Bill's donation?
Not yet.
I thought you were on that today. Chop, chop.
Now it's going to take a couple extra days.
Uh-oh.
They would chop me. Nice try, though. Doesn't work.
Robert, remember, you got a Hassan chop. Not chop, 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 but Hassan chop.
There we go. I knew what response I was going to get.
It's the same response for the last 35 years.
Yeah, I agree, Daniel. Resistance is futile.
40. She counts when she put the ring, said, I do. I count from the day that she started telling me what to do. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, my. Well, okay. Now, Robert and I were bringing up yesterday during Ask Me Anything a video that Robert shared, and it's a fun video to watch. And I'm just going to let it
let
it go.
Word. Yeah.
Let's let it go. And then I know Robert's going to want to comment about it afterwards. So hang on, everybody, while I go ahead and bring that up and enjoy this little funny for a Sunday.
So I bought this cheese here. It cost me $40 and there is a hair stuck to it.
Oh yeah, we can take that back.
Wait, what?
Here,
Oh,
take this. Your next purchase is on us. Did you want to fight?
yes, please. I would like to have a little bit of a fight.
Sure.
Yeah.
Where's your receipt?
I don't have a
I can't
receipt.
take it back without a receipt.
Oh yeah. Well, the name of the store is stamped on the cheese. Okay.
How do I know you didn't just beat up somebody and steal it?
Who does that?
You might.
Really?
Yeah, you look like the kind who might.
I am going to go on Yelp and I am going to give this place a scathing review. Scathing. I'm going to blow up the internet. I'm going to break it.
Oh my God, you scared me so much. Please
Yeah.
take our money. Leave the cheese.
Thank you. Thank you. Was that so hard? It's called customer service.
Fine.
Thank you.
Fine.
Thank you. That was
You're
really
so welcome. A lot of people really like.
You know how I love doing this for people, right? It's none of you guys, but do you know anyone like this? It's like they're pissed, they're mad, someone's got to fucking pay right now. And I'll give you a perfect thing that happened to me this morning. I brought in this guy. I was going to throw his name up, but I'm not gonna. He might watch this. But he sent me this this message, and he said, listen, I have no confidence in Akashics or TradeX Mastery. None. I referred 2 people. They're no longer in my back office. I had pending commissions. They're gone. And now all my data for my account is fucking gone. I reached out to TradeX Mastery. They said they're investigating it, and there might be some maintenance issues. So how can I have any confidence in sharing this with other people if stuff like this is going to happen? And I said, listen, send me your email. So I reached out I got a little group. You guys know Brittany and I'm trying to think of the other girl. Just amazing people. They're so sweet.
I think it's Tiffany.
Yeah, Brittany and Tiffany. And the escalated guy is Eric, right? And so all of a sudden, I send all that stuff to them. And they go, what's the person's name? And I gave them their name. And then she comes back and she said, can you please ask him if he's got more than one account? Because the people he's talking about, the pending in his account's under a different email address. So I sent that to him.
With this before.
Yeah. And so I sent that to him and he came back and went, oh my God, I feel like an idiot. And I said, yeah, but I bet you don't feel bad for bitching everyone fucking out, do you? It was a clear mistake of your own, but you're throwing me under the bus, Joss under the bus, Akashics under the bus, TradeX Mastery under the bus. You can't talk to anybody. And it was definitely a problem of your own.
That's a you problem.
Yeah. Second issue that I had is this guy was all over me. This is a scam, blah, 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 blah. I never got the emails. It's telling me that I got the emails. And so I sent in, another guy. I sent in all the information and the email that he put in TradeX Mastery was missing a letter. So of course he didn't get his emails. Of course he couldn't log in. And so do you guys know people like this lady that get feeling a little frustrated, immediately go from 0 to 1,000 and just wants to scold and go off on everyone. And so the only other issues that I'm seeing is, people are still saying, I'm not getting messages. I don't know what's wrong with this. There's something wrong. I bet you there's no one on here, including AI, that could possibly tell you how many different models of phones there are. And then for each model of phone, how many different softwares there are. Right? So everyone's pissed off that their phone's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, when everyone's got a different phone with a different software on it. It might not even be an upgraded software. And it's like, oh, damn it, someone's going to pay, and I'm going like, wow. So I just thought that I would send that to you guys because, it is pretty hilarious that, people immediately believe that it's the company's fault or maybe your fault. Have you guys, just because you referred this service, have you guys had anyone reach out to you and say, what the hell did you do to me? Because I have numerous times, because the more people I bring in, the more complaints I'm going to get. But what keeps me in the game? The opposite story, where some people just seem to have it, man. When Matt signed up, Matt's one of those people, he doesn't get too pissed off. I remember when I first started teaching Matt computers, right? And I was trying to get something to work. And while I was trying to figure out what was wrong, Matt reaches over and shuts the computer off. And I have a meltdown. You can't just shut the computer off. What is wrong with you? It's like now it's going to be ruined, blah, 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 blah. And I'm going off, and Matt's looking at me because we're close. My sons are close. And all of a sudden he goes, watch this. And he hit the button again and turned it on.
Voila.
And it rebooted and the problem was gone. And he's smiling at me. And I'm going like, so there's a different generation that as soon as they see some difficulty, they don't get pissed off. They just reset. How many people know what I'm talking about? Here's my point. You can do that with your brain, your heart, and your emotions. Did you hear me? You're getting a little frustrated. You're getting a little pissed off. Why me? Then you get a little FOMO in you because you see other people posting, I won phase 1. I won phase 2. Now it's like I'm funded. Now I'm posting stuff where people are showing their withdrawals. And I'm like, when did these people get in? Oh, they took the challenge. They got involved in the challenge at the end of June. Okay. So they worked on it, the month of July. They've been working on it mid-August, and now they're passing their challenge and withdrawing. It means that if I came in at the end of July, it might be, the end of July, it might be August and a little bit of September. How many of you guys are with me right now? It's like, wow, no, these guys already did it. Oh my God, I'm pissed off. What am I doing wrong? What is everyone doing wrong? And, so it's interesting to see all the different reactions that people are having. And again, for us just to chill a little bit and say, wow, I guess I am pretty human. I'm really, really human. The other thing I want to discuss is, when I first met two of my mentors, they talked about this stuff called the emotional roller coaster. And how many will you admit that you have good days and bad days? All right. That's called life. Things are going great for Terry and I. Everything seems to always be wonderful. And then, like I've said before, Terry's like, gets out of her bath and notices a big hole in our backyard. And I'm going, what are you talking about? A freaking hole in our yard. And I go out there and I can't see it. Yeah. I go up there and I can't see it because it's ground level. You see what I mean? I'm like, if it was on it, So then I start walking out in the yard and, oh my God, there's a big hole in our yard. And our septic tank just totally collapsed. And so we got to big shitty pissy hole in the yard, and we got to get a new septic tank. So
what would Grandpa say? Joys of what?
yeah, joys of being a homeowner, right?
Should have got rid of this place 10 years ago.
But
It's a lot. It's a lot.
yeah,
It's a lot.
yeah, and so so I go on the internet right away because I used to put in septic tanks. Can you believe that? I did that in high school. Worked for a construction guy, and I put, how long does a septic tank last? Around 30 years. Guess how old this house is? 30 years old. It's fine. And it's like,
For sale.
oh my God. You know what I mean? Well, I don't think we could sell it with a hole in the backyard. We might have to fix it. What's that hole? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's like,
Selling as is, as is.
as is.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Right.
Some of it. You know what I mean? I'll even. Yeah.
Yeah. But Craig, you talked about something with the argument with Mighty Python.
Oh, yes. Yes. And I have it all queued up and ready to go
All
for
right,
people
so-
who want to enjoy a little fun on their Sunday morning
Okay.
or Sunday day. And for those of you that love Monty Python, in my opinion, this is a classic. Very much a classic. And so I'm going to say sit back and relax, because now that we've showed the one argument, here is the Argument Clinic by Monty Python.
Have you been here before?
No, this is my first time.
I see. Do you want to have the full argument, or were you thinking of taking a course?
Well, what would be the cost?
Well, yes, it's £1 for a 5-minute argument, but only £8 for a course of 10.
Well, I think it's probably best if I start with the one and see how it goes from there, okay?
Fine. I'll see who's free at the moment. Mr. Dubake is free, but he's a little bit conciliatory. Yes, sir. Try Mr. Barnard, room 12.
Thank you.
What do you want?
Well, I was told outside.
Don't give me that, you snotty-faced heap of parrot droppings!
What?
Shut your festering gob, you tit! Your type makes me puke! You vacuous, toffee-nosed, malodorous pervert!
Look! I came in here for an argument!
Oh, I'm sorry, this is abuse.
Oh, I see. That explains it.
Yes. Oh, no, you want 12A next door.
I see.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Not at all. No, that's all right. Stupid git.
Is this the right one for an argument?
I've told you once.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
When?
Just now.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Didn't. You didn't.
I'm telling you I did.
You did not.
I'm sorry, is this a 5-minute argument or the full half hour?
Oh, just the 5-minute one.
Fine. Thank you. Anyway, I did.
You most certainly did not.
Now, let's get one thing quite clear. I most definitely told you.
You did not.
Yes, I did.
You did not.
Yes, I did.
Didn't.
Yes, I did.
Didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, this isn't an argument.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. It's just contradiction.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
It is not.
It is. You just contradicted me.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you did.
No.
You did just then.
No, nonsense.
Oh, look, this is futile.
No, it isn't.
I came here for a good argument.
No, you didn't. You came here for an argument.
Well, an argument's not the same as contradiction.
Can be.
No, it can't. An argument's a connected series of statements to establish a definite proposition.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. It isn't just contradiction.
Look, if I argue with you, I must take up a contrary position.
But it isn't just saying no, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. Argument's an intellectual process. Contradiction is just the automatic gainsaying of anything the other person says.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Not at all.
No, look.
Thank you. Morning.
What?
That's it. Morning.
But I was just getting interested.
Sorry, the 5 minutes is up.
That was never 5 minutes just now.
I'm afraid it was.
No, it wasn't.
Sorry, I'm not allowed to argue anymore.
What?
If you want me to go on arguing, you'll have to pay for another 5 minutes.
But that was never 5 minutes just now. Oh, come on. This is ridiculous.
I'm very sorry.
But I told you I'm not allowed to argue unless you pay. Oh, all right. There you are. Thank you. Well? Well, what? That was never 5 minutes just now. I told you I'm not allowed to argue unless you pay. I just paid. No, you didn't. I did! I did! Look, I don't want to argue about that. Well, I'm very sorry, but you didn't pay. Aha! Well, if I didn't pay, why are you arguing? Gotcha. There you have it. Is that? If you're arguing, I must have paid. Not necessarily. I could be arguing in my spare time. I've had enough of this. No, you haven't. Oh, shut up.
Craig, because you brought that to us, why don't you elaborate a little bit on what you think of that? Because I know on a personal, we'll probably have to use this as a subject for the next podcast too.
Yeah, you know what? It's really, really neat. And it's all in the perspective of how you look at things. And, it's like, is it worth the argument? Because as you can see, between the two of them, they're going round and round and round and round and round, and they have their own position on how to do things. And that is kind of the funny part to this whole experience. Now, there's more to that routine because now they go into complaining. But but the argument is the whole point, especially since we showed that video about how the expectation, it's like you walk in, very, very nice, very calm, and people want the argument, but you're not giving it to them because you've already found their solution. And it's a matter of going through that process of saying, oh, okay, well then, you know what? If it worked, it worked. And so it takes away that argument process of what people want because they feel they need their voice heard, or they want satisfaction of knowing that they can have the argument. And the readiness to argue, exactly, Peter and Linda, very little patience nowadays. So 100%. And people get angrier and angrier when you refuse to argue. And so a lot of people, I know what a lot of people are being trained, or at least what a lot of people are training on, is like, if you see an argument coming along, acknowledge it, say thank you very much, and hush up. And it does, people get upset at that. But do you really want the frustration of going round and round and round and round in an argument? And that's the beauty of that sketch, is as funny as it is, it tells people and shows people how futile it is to argue in many cases, because if somebody's got their head set in a certain way, it's not going to change.
Right.
I was going to say, I thought what you were showing there, Craig, was just the opinionated news of today. That's like basically exactly how it is.
God,
we're just viewing it and watching it every single day and watching people argue with one another. It's like for our own entertainment, we like to watch people argue too. It's weird.
And there used to be a show called Left, Right, and Center, and I think it was on like PBS or something like that, where the whole idea was they would discuss. There was the center, who was the moderator, and then there was the left, and then the right, and they would discuss the various views. And Matt, what you brought up is so classic by today's standards. It's like nobody wants to listen to the other side. The Fox News people don't want to listen to the MSNBC people. Who
they
don't
immediately
want to
go
listen
to
the
arguing.
ABC people.
There's no even thought. It just immediate argue. We're to the point that like. It's just funny to me. I don't know. Like the one that really got me lately, I was going to bring this up on the podcast and stuff too, but man, did anyone see like Tim Waltz's son cry and then people are like giving them shit for that?
Oh God.
That he loves his dad? What is wrong with people? I don't know. Well, regardless of what side it is, that's just dumb to me. That's just that's arguing to argue. That's just dumb. So
Oh, exactly. And not only that, okay, just as a qualification for what you just shared, Matt, because people don't know, or they may wonder what's going on. He actually has a condition, his son, called NVLD. It's a learning disorder. And so it takes him longer to process things that it takes normal people to process. But the fact that he was so proud of his dad, what is wrong with that? Oh my gosh. I mean, people are proud of other people, and why can't they show that? And I agree. Why are they ragging on something that is just so simple and profound
Well,
And
it's simple. It's simple, you guys. People want to argue.
yeah.
And me and Matt are talked about this.
Well, listen, we're all arguing about it, or that's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thing is like you have people arguing whether or not it was okay to bully him about it, and that's the interesting thing. Instead of just having a conversation and being like, "This is dumb," and moving on, people want to argue about whether or not we should be able to argue, and it's just like,
yeah,
Jesus, like I don't know.
Yeah.
People are getting lost in the sauce, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and then the last part I want to make about this is just the whole concept of being a right fighter. Me and Matt, because we're so close to each other, Terry and Hannah, our wives, my daughter-in-law, have witnessed me and Matt getting into the right fighting concept, right? And then what's so unique about it is that as you're trying to prove your point, if you're trying to win an argument, then what you do is you start pulling out your data and your stats for the argument. And how many people notice when you see two people argue that they have different stats and different facts and different numbers to substantiate why they're right? Well, then if there's one person that all of a sudden realizes that they sort of lost the argument, then you see an immediate spin of a right fighter is to justify that they didn't understand the original argument. This is when we know we're human beings. So if any of you seen this or done it yourself, and then all of a sudden, you're caught, you're going, well, listen, all I was trying to do, see, now it's all about being heard. That someone didn't see your perspective, that someone didn't hear you, that they weren't looking out for your feelings. No, you're wrong. But now what we do is we just try to go, oh, well, that's not what I was trying to do. And this is the point that I was trying to get across. And it still comes around to our emotions and our expectations of what we feel things should be. And normally, it wouldn't bother you until you can see that other people are winning. And the funny thing that I always see is when you see 5 or 6 lines of traffic has to go down to 1 on construction. You know what I mean? Because you got the people that are whack jobs that just pull off the freeway or the road and they just drive down the ditch. Well, that son of a bitch needs to go to prison. You know what I mean? It's like they came up with their own idea and their own way around it, right? And then you got the rule followers, right? They're in the audience and go, okay, this guy goes, and then this person goes, and then that person goes, and then this person goes, and then it's my turn. And then you got the people like, they look pretty timid. I bet you I can put a fender in front of them and they stop. And now the horn honking starts, right? And it's like we just watch people just looking for a way to be able to get in an argument, get pissed off, want to make their point. And why doesn't everything go for me? Why doesn't the world act the way that I feel that it should? And again, why is this talked about on an Imaginator call? Let's talk about that. Because as soon as you're in wide open imagination mode and you're in the vortex, you're in the tractor beam, you're in the energy, you're in the excitement. My beliefs have no way to prove what I'm about ready to tell you. But as soon as you get locked in, I believe there's other forces in the universe that are trying to knock you out. They need to get you distracted. They need to put people's results in front of you that they're getting and figuring out faster. So now that competitive and jealousy comes in. Like, why did that person figure it out so fast? And then we start hallucinating. I said it. Hallucinating. Well, that person's working directly with Robert. Robert's actually working directly with Josh. And so that's why they're getting privilege. They get to cheat when we made all that shit up in our head. So whenever you're feeling, and all about being imaginators is imagine this. when you become your imaginator and you step into that, you put on your cape to change your whole life. You got to be very conscious of what's making you want to take that cape off. Distractions, competition, jealousy, all these things are now going to take you out of the vortex and put you into a shit spin. I don't think I've ever heard that before.
I was going to say a shitstorm, but close.
Yeah. Wait. How many of you know people, because you know I don't like saying this about you guys, but how many people have you seen that they go 0 to bitch in a millisecond? You know, it's easy to say that, but it's, what is it, a zero to a bastard in a millisecond? But how many of you guys have seen people that just wham, they're off the chart and you're like, that's where those phrases come from, made a mountain out of a molehill. You know, there's all these things that just set us off. And just, I want you to be conscious, not that you're right or wrong, but how you feel. How you feel when someone knocks you out of that energy vortex. Does that make sense? And so, yeah, I just think that what I'm watching and why I brought this up is whether you realize this all at all, we're all in an emotional roller coaster. It's called life. When you get into a home-based business, or you get into trading, or you do something that's new, it amplifies. It takes everything and just makes it more intense, because we're pretty good at probably handling our own roller coaster. And we're going, yeah, you know, I don't have to have every good day. And, you know, I'm having good day and then I'm having bad day. And then all of a sudden there's a hole in the backyard, right? Well, really, when you look at that, a water heater going out, we've had this house for 20 years. We've lived in it, had to replace both heaters, you know, both air conditioners. It's just like common stuff that happens, right? So when you're living life like that, then let's add your job into it. Do you have a whole separate roller coaster in your job? You know, so now you got your life roller coaster and you got your job roller coaster, right? And then you have your family. Holy crap. Let's pull your family into that. And now you're in the family roller coaster. Are you guys following me? And I just think that people don't realize that when you add something like Akashics, or add something wanting being successful in home-based business, and now you're adding trading to it, just be aware that you're on a bunch of different roller coasters, right? And it's like, if you just look at it that way and you're going, listen, I don't understand this. I still love people reaching out to me, asking me questions. I had a girl that I brought in from Australia, and she says, listen, can you win the challenge by trading crypto? I'm not going to bullshit. I do not know. And so I asked Brittany, and she pulled up this thing, and she says, listen, when you go into Akashic and see all the different things you can trade, crypto, commodities, gold, all these are different strategies. They all count for the challenge. And I'm going like, because this girl is taking care of herself for the last 10 years, just selling and marketing crypto. So she just jacked out of her mind, because now she gets to go back to all these people that lost money in the crypto scams. So there's not too many crypto firms or crypto scams that allow you to use other people's money in a challenge, right? And you just got to get good at asking questions. I had another person that I took their quote out of the deal, but they asked just in general, when do I get to withdraw money? And so I said, did you pass challenge 1 or 2? And then I went, me and Craig's already had a conversation. It's like, listen, don't go back and forth with people in trade stars. Just ask them, say, hey, listen, let's go take this private, right? And so, that's what I did. And I said, send me a screenshot of the back of your Akashics or your TradeX Mastery dashboard. And he had $118,000. I mean, $118. So it was $50,118. And I said, hey, congratulations, but you're not quite to your phase 1 and phase 2 before you get funded. So you're not in a position to get withdrawal. And he goes, oh, but doesn't that look weird? In general, on the trade stars, when do I get to withdraw? And people, you know, it was like, hey, you know, did you pass phase 1, 2? And I was going, wait a minute. I just had a conversation with Craig about this with people that he's answering questions. And this goes for the rest of you. You know, think about that being 400 people in 18 days we got in that group. They're all watching. Do you think all 400 of them are already involved in Akashic and TradeX Mastery? No, they are not. So be a little conscious when you go into a public forum and go, you know, Akashic, they won't answer my questions. These people are pieces of shit. You know, hang on. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, reach out to people that know you, that are patient with you, that understand you to help you walk through this, right? So that's what I did with this William guy is I just said, you know, hey, look it. And he's just going, oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. He says, I'm sorry I made that comment in general. And I said, no problem. I already deleted it. Let's move on. So, yeah, let's help people. You know, Craig talked about the patience, but let's be patient with people because I would want people to be patient with me. You know, so when I reached out and to help and said, you know, can you win the challenge by trading crypto? You know, that to me, that sounds like a pretty stupid question, but it's not stupid for me because I didn't know the answer. Right? I'm still like, hey, I don't know. All I know is go to Akashic's community and ask it there. Because you guys got to get really, really good at not being babysitters. Babysitting pays, you know what, $4 or $5 an hour. You know, so I'm telling you guys, if you don't show people where to get their answers, instead of doing your best to answer them because you just feel important answering them, you know, it's like I get significance from answering this question. I get to show off my ego. I know more than others, you know, so you know, let me answer this question to show everyone that I know more than everybody else. That's not helping them. That's not from Robert Hollis. That's from Bob Proctor. That's from Jim Rohn. That's from Earl Nightingale. That's from Abraham Hicks. If you listen to anybody giving people answers to, especially when you're helping them build a group, listen closely. If you would like everyone to have 10,000 active traders in their group, you're handicapping them by giving them the answer because they don't know where to find the answers. Does that make sense? I will tell my funny story on this one. This was my favorite story of all time. Terry and I was involved in a company called Pro Travel Network. And we had this guy in our group named Bruce Watkins. And he called up on fire, man. He called up. He was all pissed off. I didn't get my check. I called the company. They told me they mailed it. And I didn't get my check. And I'm going to burn the world down. And this is bullshit. This is like on and on and on. And so what I did with him, I said, Bruce, listen, calm down. Let me help you. And I said, hang on. And I three-way called the Bakersfield U.S. Postal Service on a three-way. And the guy said, post office, can I help you? And I said, yeah, I have a friend of mine on the phone, Bruce Watkins. Say hi, Bruce. And he said, hi. And I said, my friend here didn't get his mail. Can you help us out? The guy started laughing on the phone like you would not believe. And he goes, I think out of this office alone, he says we produce pretty close to like 250,000 pieces of mail on a day-to-day basis. There is no way I can tell you how much stuff is lost in the mail service. and I work here. And I go, well, he didn't get his check. What would you tell him to do? And he says, maybe you could call the company and don't call me like you don't talk to me. Don't talk to them like you talk to me. And he says, tell them that they didn't get the check and to put stop payment on it, mail you another check. I'm sorry you didn't get your check. And so I hung up and I said, Bruce, you still there? And he wanted to go off on me. And I just three-wayed again and called into Pro Travel Network. They said, Pro Travel. And I said, Bruce, you there? And he goes, I could have done this myself. And I go, apparently fucking not. And he goes, what do you mean? No, you were mad and pissed off, so you called me. And you know what my job is to teach you exactly how to treat me. You're having a bad day, leave me out of it. How many of you have ever heard that phrase? It's like, oh my God, my hand hurts. And it's like, well, I got a hammer, put out your foot. What are you doing? I'm going to slam you in the foot so you stop bitching and complaining about your hand. You know, and it's like, that's not being very compassionate. Oh, you need me to be compassionate? Why don't you handle your own emotions? So I know we're all trying to build a group and we got people on these roller coasters. And so I wanted to share this on the Imaginators because those of you that got your locked in imagination are seeing results. I mean, I told you guys I was going to the top of the leaderboard. I think I made it as high as 7. And then I flew out to Las Vegas and taught everybody what the hell I was doing. And they're not in my downline. So now you got a bunch of people that are in the leaderboard that don't even have their picture. They haven't even put their picture in their deal, and they're bringing in 30, 31, 32. And all these young kids that I spent time with on Thursday morning are going, so all you do is show this 4-minute video. And if they ask more information, you send Ollie's and Matt and Josh's video. And I said, that's all I did. Apparently some of them listened. The difference is they ended up getting 30 people in their group in 48 hours. Wow. So yeah, it's fun when you tell people what to do and they believe that that's the way you do it. So then they just do it. So don't let stuff take your imagination away, you guys. All right. I'm focused. I'm going to get 10,000 active traders. I'm going to get 1 million subscribers. And I'm going to use this to fund everything that I need, everything that I want. Make sure that Terry's happy for a minute. All right. So, Craig, I'll turn it back to you.
Fantastic. Robert, thank you so very much. And I hope everybody took note of what was said. Please watch it again because we're all in this to win this together. And that's the bottom line. So
absolutely.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Robert and Terry. Appreciate that. All right. Hands up include Jerome Marshall and Peter and Linda, but Peter and Linda were first. So, Peter and Linda, go ahead, open up, and please share with us.
Which spot are they coming in on? There it is.
There they are. So I got to bring you on board too, Robert. There we go. Add you as the spotlight. Go for it.
How are you guys?
We are blessed, highly favored, and deeply loved.
There you go.
So I came on because I want to speak to what you were talking about with people with no patience or looking for a fight. And I want to call myself out because I used to be that person. A long time ago, I was
I won some of these awards for being a right fighter. Yeah, I'm joking.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like
still there. Still there. She does it all the time. But anyways, see what I mean?
Get him.
So no, I want to say that it isn't it's as far as 4 or 5 years ago that I did a major shift. Like I started about 10 years ago shifting, taking into consideration other people's feelings. Like, wow, what a concept. So it was that started my shift. And then it was, I want to say it was her who actually made me stop and keep thinking, because even though, and even if you go back into our earlier workout videos, you'll see me freaking out on the computer that's not working properly. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
why aren't you working? You know, and she's like telling me off. And I was like, baby, why are you doing that? It's like, it's so, it took me a while, even after being with her, to really shift my mindset to patience with other people. Because, like you said, I was that person. So shouldn't I have more compassion?
People have patience for you, so now you should have patience for them.
Yeah.
I should have more compassion, right? For people who are being, or who are being like I used to be. So it's like, hey, come on. And now I want to say that I have started doing that quite a bit. I want to say in the last year, I've really gripped down and just really tied down, like saying, okay, that's it. It's enough. We gotta be better, because we gotta treat people how the way we want to be treated. So do I
Amen.
want to treat somebody like that? Do I want somebody to treat me like that? Hell no.
I
So
tell
yeah.
I tell people, Peter, because I know you work so much on your personal development and awareness. The way that my mentor explained it to me is, you guys have seen the Lady of Justice, right? She's probably, a lot of stuff that you see in the United States and Canada is taken from, way back in England, back when and so it's the scales of balance that you see, and the lady has a blindfold on, so she doesn't know which way the scales goes. And the way my mentor explained it to me is, he goes, Robert, listen, just be okay with you having the scales way off now that you started this. And you're going to work on yourself. So this is what your goal is. Your goal is just to put more stuff on this side of the scales. Just focus on that. So, yeah, and he says, then when the tipping point happens, your life will be miraculous overnight. So he says, the way you made people feel and the stuff that you did, now that you're aware of it, you go, God, what an asshole I was. And, I was impatient. He goes, the way you get back into that scales of balance is treating people the way you wish you were treated. So now you're adding good karma on that scale to flip it, knowing that at one time I wasn't such a nice person. I was impatient. I was a right fighter. I'd argue with people about things that meant nothing. It's like, hey, that's my parking spot. I'm going to get out of my car and kick your ass. It's like, what? Really? Like, I'll just here, you'd have the parking spot. I'll go find another one. And when you start doing stuff like that, and then you're in a positive thing, that's when you all of a sudden use a law of attraction. You always have a parking spot that's right up front. You know what I mean? And it's like, you just, yeah, you just do that. So Peter, thank you for bringing that out, because I know that everyone that's listening to this, we realize that, wow, I always thought this one was really, because I have changed so much with Terry, but I used to be so understanding and so patient and so loving and so everything to total frickin' strangers. But I wouldn't give her that kind of same thing. You know what I mean? So you'll take an average person and just go, hey, listen, that's no problem. This is what you do. This is how you handle this. And then I would say things to her like,
complete dick to me.
Yeah.
And listen, I really don't put up with too much shit. I'll spout off right back to you. I don't care who you are, what you do. I don't care.
But I would say that in our younger years, you weren't that way.
No, I was stupid when I was young. Try that shit now. Try that shit now. I'm 61. Fuck off.
So you see my point? My point is that we started standing up for ourselves, saying, listen, if you're going to be an asshole, yeah. And so it is funny how we sort of look at how we were and then, change that. So everything that I wanted, like someone told me at the event this Saturday that their whole business, they said that they went 10K and it was because of one of my trainings. And it was the one that I did on Saturday with Jefferson. And she said, when Jefferson asked you the question, and you said that you went to people's pages that you like, and you left heartfelt comments on pages that you like. But you said you also made heartfelt comments on other people's heartfelt comments. And she said, now I know why no one comments on my posts, because I'm not doing what I wish other people would do for me. I want them to like and heart up my post. I want them to share the post. I want them to make a heartfelt comment on my post. And she goes, I do that to nobody. Nobody. So she said, what pages do I love to follow? And she told me 3 or 4 of them, I don't remember. And she said, I started going to them religiously every day and started putting heartfelt comments on it. And she said, then people started reaching out to me. People started leaving heartfelt comments on my heartfelt comments. And so now what I said is, wow, thank you very much for your comment. I really appreciate that. You're the kind of person I'd love to be friends with. And they go, I'll send you a friend request. And she said, everything worked the opposite of the way that I thought it worked. And I'm going, hey, whatever you want, do that for others, you know? And so people just don't want to give enough. They just don't want to give.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work to give than there is to receive, right? And some people don't want to do the work to receive.
Yeah.
So,
and then they're unrealistic
You have to-
expectations. So I'm posting, but I'm
Yes.
not getting anybody. You know what I mean? So this bullshit doesn't work. And that's what I've said from the time that I started training, you know, since when I seen the internet, I thought different than probably a lot of you and people that you know. I went, who is not going to connect to the internet? I was like, I'm so happy and grateful that you're going to hook billions of people to the internet so I can reach out and help them. I'm going, you did this all for me? I'm sure you did it for other people. And so, you know, it started with MySpace, and then all of a sudden I got on Facebook, and all of a sudden I heard this thing like AI. You know, it's like, oh my God, we have 300 million subscribers. And I'm just like, oh my God, I live in the best times in history.
Yeah.
The only negative thing I've ever said about Facebook is they limit me to 5,000 friends. And believe it or not, that lasted for like 3 years. And then guess what they did? Started counting followers.
Yeah.
I was like, game on.
Yeah.
You know, because if this is social proof and someone goes to my page, which by the way, do you guys know what my username is in Facebook? Giving it forward.
Robert Wallace?
No, it's facebook.com/giving it forward.
Oh.
Not paying
That's
it
good.
for it. I don't want you to pay it. I want to give
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. That's a great idea.
little tweaks. But I love you guys, and thank you, Peter, for
Thank
you know.
Thank you. I just want to
What?
know that I wanted to say something very quickly. Thank you very much for what you just shared previously before we were talking about the mindset and, for example, these situations in the group and stuff like that. Because I would love to have more of these type of conversations in the Imaginators Society, because it's about mindset. Because you just said it. Being an entrepreneur, when we decide to step up and become an entrepreneur, we're having all these roller coasters. And so to be an entrepreneur is more than just technical skills and strategies. It involves so much, mostly actually, our mind and our emotions. How the heck are we going to attract something good and, you know, work with the law of attraction in a positive way, because we're attracting every single second, right? But how can we turn things in our favor and get all this positive, you know, input if we're coming from a shittiest place, an angry place, a place of scarcity, fear, like, I mean, so many things. But what you just explained right there, for me, I just found it like extremely, like a bomb. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, you have this couple of people that you're starting to put together this group. I think that the majority of times we lose people, not so much because, again, the lack of tools or, let's say, information, but the relationship, the communication or lack of, right? Or not knowing, how to express something, right? Misleading, coming from a place of loving, trying to help you, but we're stabbing them in the back and we're saying at the back, and then I'm going to be fed up because now you're coming to me all the time for all the questions, right? So I would love to hear more of these type of like mindsets, those that are part of the entrepreneur, Yeah.
Well, I thank you for sharing that, Linda. That really was wonderful. And it's true. I realize that, at times we get plugged into what our imagination will be, right? And then all of a sudden when we're not, it's like, I know that you guys are really good at always holding this up, right? Well, just know that when you don't feel good, you're not excited about your imagination, you just unplug this. See, so we're plugged in and we feel good and, we're okay. We feel like we don't know what the next turn is going to be and I'm just going to figure it out. It's on a roller coaster. So I don't know if I'm going to go down or through a corkscrew or what the hell's going to happen. But I'm just on it for the ride. Then the world, the universe uses events and people and situations to get us to unplug. See, so you're in the zone, you're going to go out and do some heartfelt comments and you're going to connect with people. And then all of a sudden, you hear a knock, you go get the mail and the mail's a bill that you didn't expect. And we go, flop. And not only do we pull out, but the first call you do is you call and get Peter unplugged. You don't mean to. See what I mean? It's like, can you believe we got this fucking bill? What's wrong with these people? And now it's time, like Terry tomorrow is gonna give somebody a piece of her mind. You know what I mean? It's like, she's already told me. She's like, hey.
Somebody's getting their ass chewed tomorrow.
and so,
and I feel happy about it.
So, she got this notice that she's on auto pay and they sent her a notice saying that we sold all the stuff to another company and now they're taking it off. Coach Bob, I hope it's not me. Yeah. And so, it was really something where you can see one company bought another company. And so in the midst of that, they didn't get her payment that was on auto pay.
Way for 2 years. Don't get me started because I was really pissed yesterday. I was like, fuck you guys.
So I come in early. Hey, I missed you, honey. I got up at 4 in the morning to make it on the airplane. She's like, let me take you on a roller coaster ride.
He's so full of it.
This person says I'm behind on my payment. They're going to turn me over to credit, and these people are going down. You know what I mean?
Setting your place on fire.
Don't you love that we're all family and we can talk just like this? So everybody goes, oh, I thought it was all me. Now sometimes. Well, it's funny because we go through these thoughts and these emotions and we really, really, most of the time just go, golly, why am I this way? And then, then all of a sudden the world says, hey, listen, there is a bunch of bad people. What's your problem? And then you tell them your problem and then they jump on the roller coaster with you. You know what, Linda? You're right. These bastards got to go down. We got to get some signs. We'll put up a Facebook chat. We're going to stand out in the street. We're going to light these buildings on fire. Man, Terry could get a lot of people to show up.
We have like roundabouts. Do you know what a roundabout is? Where people don't know how to drive in the roundabout. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
There's nobody coming. Go. I need one of those megaphones or something. Move your ass, Jesus Christ. And I try to tell myself it's not a big deal. You got all the time in the world.
Hey, I do not drive. She drives. Because if I get in that driver's seat, I forgot how to drive, where to park, where to go.
Goes anywhere. Doesn't know what to do. Just let me drive. We'll get us there. We'll get us home. You know what I mean? Just let me do it.
Oh my God.
It works for us. I know. Yeah.
She's like, hey, do you want to drive? Not on your life.
You're next to the passenger seat. I don't care. I'm driving. I don't want to hear it.
Hey,
Ready to change my mute?
Coach Bob, that's the stuff I do when I get to drive by myself. He said, speeding ticket, left foot. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I love you guys.
Oh my God.
Love you
Thank
guys.
you so much. Love you so much. Thank you.
You bet. Okay.
Peter and Linda, thank
You
you.
guys enjoying us being human? You know, it's like, okay. Imaginators in human state. That's what happens.
All right. Well, appreciate you, Peter and Linda. Thank you so much for sharing. Jerome Marshall, Mr. Birthday Boy, it's time for you to open up and please share with us. Oh, hang on just a second.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I gotta bring him back and them back.
Oh,
happy birthday, Jerome.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much.
35, 36?
Go up. Keep on.
No, you're 35 or 36, Jerome.
I'm 36. I'm 36 plus 12.
Okay. No, 36.
36. Okay. I'm 36 today.
What a privilege, though.
I'm almost at the AARP stage of my life.
Hey!
Hey, when you start getting discounts at the movie theater and at Denny's, it's time to celebrate.
Oh yeah. Get it, y'all. No, I just want to say thank y'all. First of all, I'm definitely blessed, highly favored, and deeply loved, and I'm gonna add on fire because I get to hang out with you guys, you know, several times a week, and it helps my mental. You know what I'm saying? So, thank y'all so much for the birthday. And thank y'all for just being so positive, you know, and being imaginators, positive imaginators, you know what I'm saying? So
I love you, Jerome. Yeah, you know we record this, so you got to find a way to get us all singing you happy birthday is fabulous as that was all together. You know what I mean? And
y'all sounded good. Y'all sounded good.
Yeah, it is like you know, have that someplace on your phone, so when you're feeling a little down, you know, you can just think about pressing that button, and it'll just light you back up. It's I always tell people, find things that that change your state, and have them close to you.
Yeah,
have them very close to you. So it's like, you know, we were just talking about going to the roller coaster, and I was on the roller coaster, and then we came off this one side of the Splash Mountain, and I wasn't smart enough to understand what splash stood for. And so all of a sudden you're soaking wet. You know what I mean? It's like, what a way to ruin a ride. You know what I mean? But, you know, you get pissed off for a millisecond, and then you think about, wow, you know, but man, we're so blessed to have you, Jerome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm blessed to be around all of you, and especially Peter and Linda. They crack me up. I'll be on the sideline, and I look at them like, man, I love the love that they have for each other. So keep that going. Keep that going.
Great. They got great energy, and you know, I have no idea what they're like when they're not on here.
Peter.
But, I can only imagine. But like, let's go.
But no, it's awesome to see people happy and in love and excited. I you know, you guys have been around me for a long time, and I hope that you can see a little difference in my energy because I made a decision to go to Master Affiliate, and you guys get to watch it live time.
Oh yeah, yeah,
just live time. So it's like, wow, you know, he does just do those little. Here's the thing: do you guys think that I reached out to anybody and asked them to, hey, let me talk to you about Akashics and funding? And I don't do that, you guys.
Right.
I let that 4-minute video do it, and they're either in or they're out.
Exactly. And that's how I am, because I don't waste my energy. I'm too old to be, going back and forth with people.
Yeah.
Yes. For example, I was helping Natasha Anderson, and she was asking me all kinds of questions. I was like, either go to contact MDC customer service, or just hit up Robert. I'm not gonna mess up your mess up the answer. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
and
but that's what I was telling everybody. I said, as soon as you step into the ring of being the expert, you think that if you answer one question, that'll be it. You guys know that is a lie.
Yeah, it's like
it's like, okay, I'll be nice and answer this question. No, just be boldly. And for all of you, you just go, listen, can I tell you really quick? It doesn't make a difference what question they ask you.
Right.
You can say to them, you go, can I tell you how much profit that I've made, that I've withdrawn into my bank account? And they go, yeah, tell me that. Nothing. So you still want to keep asking me questions?
Right.
Don't you think you should be learning from some people that are actually on those certificates that are withdrawing money to pay for stuff for them and their family?
Exactly.
Go
straight to the source. Go straight to the source. That's why I tell them. But my question, I have a quick question, because
sure, please.
On the Telegram, I don't know if anyone else is getting this. And by the way, I'm sorry, Arthur, happy birthday to you tomorrow. Have to edify my man. So
wow.
Yeah, but are y'all getting pitched on other people's training companies?
Absolutely, all the time.
Okay.
The time that I logged onto the internet, people are reaching out to me, telling me they can change my life.
Right. Same here.
It just never changes.
Yeah. I'm like, no, I'm sticking where I'm at. Thank you.
I just,
It's always going to happen.
yeah, you guys, the larger you build your organization and the more you fulfill your imagination, the more that happens. See, it's like, just think about it. When you're making, $5,000 a month, and then you're making $10,000 a month, and you got like 20 people in your group that are all making $1,000 or $2,000 a month. It's like the Darth Vaders of the world need to step up their game. You're altering and changing your life. You're altering and changing the life that you love. And now you're affecting other people and helping them. Oh yeah. It steps up to a whole different level. And for me, it's like constant. People reach out to me and say, hi. And my response back is, with a verbal message. And I go, I'm here to help you with MDC and Akashic. How can I help you? And they come back and act like they didn't hear my message. They're blocked and deleted. They don't even get a chance.
Right.
Because if I say one other thing to them, is I go, why would you want to have a conversation with somebody that automatically ignores your questions?
Right.
And then guess what? They ignore me again and ask me where I'm from. See what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you can tell immediately that Arthur said that they're bots or whatever. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I get the can you show me your picture? I'm like, go to my profile, fool. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, where are you from? That's on my profile.
Yeah, where are you from?
Picture that you have in your house, and then I'd post that. There's your picture.
There you go.
That's too much time.
No,
wasting time.
No, Terry. First of all, I always remember having the time in Nashville having lunch with you. It was awesome. So thank you so much, and thank you for keeping it real with Robert and everybody. All this. You go give them hell tomorrow, because some of these companies try to fuck us over if may have excuse my language, but
No, be you all the time, Jerome. Every time you say something and you go, "Hey, I apologize for being me," go, "No, I'm not." I actually catch myself. You guys watch when I do this. I go, "Hey, I'm sorry. No, I'm not." You know what I mean? Because then everyone goes, "Yeah, that's the truth."
Sorry,
that's
not true. Yeah, but no, just a couple of things. When I got my haircut on Friday, it was something just. God is so good. The owner of the haircut, the owner of the barbershop gave me $50 just out the hell of it. He's like, "Happy birthday!"
Aww.
Wow,
that's nice.
Yeah, it was just out of the blue, you know. And
did you make a post about that?
No.
Why?
Because to me is bragging, you know. I don't like to brag.
Okay, that's Darth Vader.
Yeah.
See, if someone does something nice to me, I'm gonna tell the world about it.
Yeah, I could do that. I mean, I'll still do it. That's no problem. And then,
yeah, of course you can, but just always know that when you get, you know, when you're enjoying the good part of the roller coaster, don't forget to tell people that you're enjoying it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's true. That's true.
Because that brings more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The more that we talk about our happiness, what we're appreciative for, what we're grateful for. See, people hide all their blessings.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm blessed and highly favored and deeply loved." And people, I just freeze them in the tracks, and they're just like, I've even had people confront me. They go, "You're always laughing." It's like they're all the young guys that are super closers. They're like red personalities. And one guy walks up to me and he goes, "Man, the most deadliest closing tool I've ever seen in my life." And I go, "What's that?" And he goes, "Your laugh."
Oh yeah, that your laugh.
He goes, "I'm being way too serious. It's all about money. It's all about closing. It's all how fast when we get on the leaderboard." And he says, "You know, you're crushing everybody." And you're like, "Hey, you know, I'm just here to help. I think this is a scam." You know, probably to be honest, if you thought about it, you probably think everything's a scam, right?
Right.
This just wasn't one thing.
Yeah.
And I go, "How many things have you called a scam?" "Oh, this is a pyramid." "How many things have you called a pyramid?" "This is too good to be true." I bet you've never said that before to someone.
Right.
And it just freezes them in their tracks.
Right.
I'm like, listen, every day I talk to non-believers. Every day I talk to non-believers that are at the wrong place in their life. And they don't have ears to hear. And that's okay, brother. I just want you to know, you think this is something illegal or not in it. Man, if you think that, you're sure not going to be successful in it. So I'm glad that you told me up front that you think it's a scam.
Yeah.
So I'll just keep posting the results of my people. I hope you don't mind.
Right. Exactly. See, another thing I also think about too is Marcus Ellis, his skit where he was the blacksmith, I think it was, with the dirt and the nuggets.
The miner.
Yeah, the miner. That's right. I always think of just keep digging.
Yeah.
You're gonna find that it's like the oil rigger. You know, they keep digging, and they hit that spot, and then boom, the explosion happens. You know,
I look at every prospect as a grain of sand or a grain of dirt. And you know, that's where that whole phrase came from, which is a true story called Acres of Diamonds. I brought that up to you guys. You look it up, it's a real true story. And there's so many gold nuggets in that story because A guy bought the land, bought all the tools, went bankrupt trying to find gold, and sold it for pennies on the dollar. The new person that bought it, guess what was the first thing he did? He hired a person that looks for gold. They came out, seismographed the whole property and said, if it's here, it's right here. And the story goes that he was less than a foot. He had dug in everywhere on that property. And not only was he a foot away from the vein of gold, but it still to this date is the largest vein of gold that has ever been discovered on this planet.
Wow.
Because instead of trying to guess where he thought it was, he hired someone and they said, you know, the probability of it's right here. And he dug down, hit it, and rest is history. So, so that's what I see all the time with people. It's like people that are trying to build a home-based business are trying to really, truly help other people succeed in life. What they're doing is I feel and believe that their mind's not where it's supposed to be. And so they're going through the work, not going through the imagination or mindset, like Linda said, because here's something that I've heard over and over and over, you guys, from Tony Robbins to Jim Rohn to everyone that's in personal development. There's always this statistic that you can't find anywhere, including AI. Right. And the statistic is what percentage is mindset versus skill set? How many of you guys have heard this, right? I'm going to tell you something that I downloaded. It doesn't make a difference what the percentage is. Because if you have all the skills and you don't have the mindset, you don't get it at all.
Right.
See? So here's the opposite. I know people with ignorance on fire, with incredible enthusiasm, God within, and they're yelling whatever they're doing from the rooftops, and they have zero skill, zero talent, zero knowledge, and they go right up the leaderboard. Why? Because they know they don't know anything, so they say, hey, listen, you got to talk to Craig about that. Hey, you got to talk to Robert about that. You got to talk. So there's so much in ignorance on fire that my mentor, and Terry can vouch for this, my mentor used to have, and it's going to sound like I'm being sexist here, but Bill would teach these incredibly attractive blonde women to make tens of thousands of dollars. And he would parade them. And then after you heard they were making $20,000 a month and they're like a 500K, then he'd walk up to people with egos and he goes, Jerome, I want you to do me a favor. Yeah. Go ask Sherry a question about the comp plan. Are you guys know where I'm coming from? And listen, he wasn't telling these women to act stupid or unaware. Would you agree? It is like, she's like, hey, I think she told him. But you would walk up and go, hey, I have a question about the comp plan. And they'd go, I don't understand the comp plan.
Right.
But you made 20 grand last month. Well,
I did.
I put a lot of people in front of Bill that month.
Right. Edify.
Yeah, it's like, so Bill would put these people on stage and like what's happening right now, I'm joking, but you know, it's pretty interesting that, you know, whenever you see someone talk for more than 5 minutes, it's word salad. You know what I mean? So this might backfire on Kamala Harris. Do you know the number one thing that all the reporters are saying right now? She has turned down every single request for an interview.
Terrible.
So now all the journalisms are going like, wait a minute, why won't she talk to a press? Why won't she answer some questions? Why? Because guess what? Because if she talks for a long time in front of someone that's really good at being a journalist, we're going to get some stuff exposed. And we don't need to be messing up this train right now. It's got momentum. You know, what was it? It was less than a month ago. You know, Donald Trump gets shot in the ear, and everybody went, well, it's over. It's over. There's, you know, we might as well give up. And now it's switched, right? It's switched. Now all the momentum's with the other side. What could possibly happen to mess that up between now and November?
Mistakes.
Like a debate or something. It's like somebody that's a journalist that said, you know, hey, listen, wasn't you the border czar? Yeah, I was like, I'm not answering that question. Uh-oh.
It's like the stock market, you know, goes up and down, you know.
Yeah. But those things have nothing to do with my imagination. It has nothing to do with me creating an economy for me and my family and the people that I love, including you guys. It's like, I can't get caught up in that. I really, really can't. And I refuse to, because that really honestly is the Darth Vader for me. I love calling it Darth Vader. There's things that happen to me in my life where I go, I'm not happy about the way I feel right now because I'm too busy being distracted on stuff that doesn't matter.
That's right.
When there's billions, literally billions of people that need my help.
Hey, there's sparks. You know, you could create a spark and it could turn into an inferno. That's the mindset I'm thinking of right now.
Yeah.
And you just never know. You just gotta keep digging, and you can't give up, especially when you're 1 or 2 feet away from your goal. Yeah. That's it, Craig. That's it. So
yeah, and so let's go ahead, and Jerome, you have a great rest of your day, and happy birthday. And Craig, I'll turn this over to you, and I want to make clear the point that I was making with what's happening with Madam Harris, right? The only thing that I'm talking to her about that with is nothing to do with politics. It's how fast everyone believed that there wasn't a shot. And look how fast momentum shifted. If you look at anything, it was like the whole entire party decided to just say, this is our shot. Let's all lean into it. So I heard one of the journalism people that she refused to talk to, and she knows all the other people. And she said, you know what the difference was in the energy between the Republican convention and the Democratic convention? Is all the people seemed to be happier because they were in a lower point than they were last month. Listen to that. So if the Republicans already thought that they had this done, right? And then they go into the convention, of course, it's going to be a great, I don't know what they called it. It was like, it's going to be a good show. It's well produced. It's got great people. And it's like, of course, they're going to pull off the good show. But the Democrats were not happy about their convention. And now they are. So they're not only energized, but they're very excited, surprised. You know? And so the Republican people go in there and it's like, hey, we already knew this was going to happen. And now this, you know, assassination attempt just made it better. It just made it better. And then a month later, you can see that's why people, if you guys are not sports fans, that's why people don't understand sports. Because people that are sports fans usually get to watch this every game they watch. It's like you're cheering, yeah, my team's kicking ass, and then it's like an interception and it runs back, and like you see 20, 30,000 fans all go. You can feel the whole energy. Even on the television, it just goes, oh. It's like they just took all the wind out of you. And it's like, oh my God. Then all of a sudden, another good play. And it's people that are spectators that like watching winners win, but we don't like watching winners lose. Right? That's not a good thing, you know. So I always seen one time we went to a game and a guy, I could see an orange collar, a gold collar underneath his Utah Jazz jersey. And the Lakers are playing the Jazz in a professional basketball game. And I looked at him and I said, "Hey, you have a Lakers jersey under this shirt?" And he goes, "Yeah, because if this goes the other way, I want to be on the right team." So the thing that the guy, like, all of a sudden shit starts to happen, he can change jerseys. That's how he does it get, you know, because
he plays both sides, so he always comes out on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get thrown into
Yeah, it's like the last thing you want to be doing is wearing a white and blue jersey at a black and gold jersey night. So I love you guys.
Got two quick questions, Robert. If we can just go ahead and yeah, and go ahead and just really quickly and just simple answers, okay? First question, and I think Sandy got the answer, but I'm going to ask it and kind of share my take on it. And she's asking it to kind of Matt. I have a techie question. How can I get a downloaded video from Robert's YouTube to one on my playlist? And
I will tell me what video you want, and I'll put it on a Google Drive and send it to you.
There you go. There's one answer. Another answer is if you do you have a PC, not a Mac, but a PC? You do. Perfect. One thing that you can do if your PC is recent, you can use the Windows key plus G. Make sure that your screen that you want to record is the one that is active. In other words, you've already clicked on that, and then hit the start button on the video. You may have to go back and forth and then edit it later, but that will record the screen that you are using. So it's Windows plus G at the same time. And that's a screen recorder. It's already built into your PC.
I was going to say, Craig, I paid for this software a while ago, you guys. And when I say a while, I mean, like, I've had this software longer than me and Hannah have been together. So almost a decade. And I haven't had to pay for it again since. It's called iTube Go. I can download with this software, and I've had it on every computer that I've had. I can download Vimeo videos, YouTube videos, Facebook video, basically any video on the internet. If you can't download it by just putting the link in, they actually have like an software browser that you then can log into your accounts and download stuff even from websites that don't let you do that. So
now, Matt, is that your affiliate link?
No. No, you're the affiliate link guy. I just make sure that we got him for all of us.
So there you've got.
Listen, that's untrue. That's untrue. When I was doing the AI stuff and I was doing some of the lives, I actually got like a couple of people that signed up for some of those things, and I got commissions out of it. So
hey,
thank you. Yeah.
How many of you guys have TradeX Mastery?
Should be everybody, right?
Wait a minute, Robert. Let me focus in on that because I want to see that. There's that number.
So that's me using my affiliate link for TradeX Mastery. I hope you guys are talking to people.
You do with that when someone buys a new, like, say someone fails their challenge and then they have to buy another one. You get commissions off of them for that?
Yes.
Yep.
Because I was bringing up that on the inner circle that me and Craig were on that you couldn't make. I'm like, if you want to know what type of guy my dad is, he's the type of guy that will tell you to be safe and not blow it, even though he makes money off of you if you blow it. You know?
Yeah,
which is funny because it's like, you know.
Can you imagine all you guys that followed my affiliate link? What I should be saying is I would take every tap and trade from everybody. And also, see, that would be awful. I didn't say that. It's like
he doesn't actually mean that.
Hey,
don't do
and
that.
where it says 0.2, you know, because it's a 25,000, 0.5 if it's 50,000. Just put like a 3.0 or a 5.0. Then your guy, yeah, oh my God, I lost my challenge account. Buy another one, man. Buy another. I'm joking. I'm joking. See, if you guys want to know how people get in trouble, think about editing this video right now. You grab what I said. This is what Robert's telling us to do. He's telling us to crash his account so I can have to pay for another account, and then Robert gets paid. It's like,
yeah, I can't wait for the video essay on it where someone's taken it out of context.
So true.
Well, love
so
it. Appreciate you guys. You're, right?
Okay, Craig, the other question?
Yeah, the other question is from John Tier. He's in the YouTube. Here's a question. When the Akashics promo is over, how do we approach people?
Same way. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. I shared the short video with them, and people are going, yeah, but you're talking about you got funded and we don't fund anymore. Doesn't change my offer. Doesn't change my offer. Do you think do you still believe I think that everyone should have OPM? It's like, oh yeah, I see you got $50,000. Yeah, I was able to get in on one of the promotions that the company had to start. That's not available anymore. But for $225, you can get a 20. Here's my affiliate link. Now it's different because it's a sign-up affiliate link. Do you guys know how I lead? I show that 4-minute video. They ask about the funding, and then I share my affiliate link. And they go look at it, and they're going, do I have to purchase this? And I go, yeah. And when you get Akashics, it's going to show you how to pass the challenge so you can start withdrawing money. Okay. Does it seem harder to you guys now that they have to pay? Huh? Because you know what that is? Thank you for bringing this up. All that is a value number in your head. See, I see this business as a massive value to create freedom and fulfillment for people. And I've had that belief for 37 years. It doesn't make a difference on the company, how much that it costs to get in, what the compensation plan is. I'm always looking for people that want to make their lives better. I want to teach them how to imagine a better future for them and their family, and then I show them how to do it. So you think that all that money that I just showed you came from TradeX Mastery from the promotion? No, because it was free. So the second that I got my $50,000 in funding at the end of July, the promo was over. So that's me reaching out, showing people a 4-minute video, and they're going, how do I get funding? And I go, here's the link. And it's a sign-up link, not the prop link. Get this. Me and his name is Jaime Morales. Jaime Morales is getting people buying $200,000 challenges like it's nothing. Hey, just like, hey, you believe in other people's money? Yeah. Well, if you do, would you rather leverage 200,000 or 25,000?
Yeah.
It's like, you're going to win the challenge, whether it's 10,000 or 200,000. So he's gotten people to sign up in Akashics. They get the $25,000 funding, and then they abandon it and buy a 200,000 one and go to work. Now, he did use the Akashics 50.
Mm-hmm.
See what I mean? So now that you're funded $25,000, do you know you can get half off on the 200,000? I'm using a $200,000 account. Well, I want to too. Cha-ching, he gets paid. So great question. Very good question. So nothing's going to change in my way of marketing. God, you guys see that 4-minute video's got 17,000 people that's seen it now? I think it was 17,400 now. And so what I've been doing too is I've experimented with this and it's worked for me. I always will tell you guys what I'm doing. I say, hey, check this out. And what I've been doing is I say, check this out. And then I share the whole playlist that I have. So they see the first video, the second video, then they see the testimonials. Sandy's like, hey, yeah. And it's like, so if you guys know my entire past without going in it, you know, when the internet came out, I had a domain called Replace Your Pay. And so all the videos that I thought that a person would need to see to make a decision are all on one playlist. Does that make sense to you guys? And so now, remember when we talked about 16 personalities? That's what's funny, is you send that playlist out to people, and some people, the very first thing they're clicking on is the testimonials. And the testimonials is enough for them to make a decision. Did you guys catch that? Now, if you got an analytical person that loves to trade, they really don't care about testimonials. They want to see, what is it, you know, and that's that. I'm telling you what, all the analytical people I have, they watch Matt's video that he put together and they're done. They're totally done. They watch that short video. Oh, so this is a real prop firm. Oh, this is a broker. Oh, so this is what they're using, Trade Locker. They're watching Matt's video and they go, I got this all. I got it all. And the next thing they do, they send me a screenshot of one of the wins that they have. Do you guys know that it was like, it was 47 people that I brought in personally. And 34 of them were brand new people. Do you guys follow me? So I'm getting to hear all of them. And what I find very unique about human beings, because I'm learning from this, is that I haven't had one person send me a screenshot of their losses. It's like, so even people want to impress me by going, hey, Arthur, look it, I made $400. And they're sending me their Trade Locker graphic, not their Trade X Mastery or their Akashic. Because if they sent me that one, you know, they got 25,000 in funding and they're at 23, right? So they want me to see the wins. They don't want to show me the losses. Don't you think that's cool about people? I love that about people. You know, of course, we're always going to have some, what do they call it? Weirdos? That's sort of weird. That's sort of weird. So anything else, Craig?
Actually, yeah, somebody came up with another quickie question, Karen Owens. If time available, okay, that's now. What are people doing with the travel and trade package? What do you recommend? I know there are several of us that do have that.
Yeah,
and especially with the
it.
subscription coming up, the new subscription dates.
Yeah, Karen, this is the best way I've been saying it. I brought it up twice this weekend, is I just say, hey, have you heard of Bentley? Have you heard of Porsche? Have you heard of Audi, Lamborghini, Bugatti? What do they all have in common? They're owned by Volkswagen. And so if I have a Bugatti and a Porsche both in my driveway, I like two of the brands. See, what I love most about Dream Trips is when we're making money, not if we make money. So when all of us make money, who wants to travel for hardly any money? Me and Judy Stallings were talking. They were nice enough to take me to my hotel after the training on Friday. And she said to me, she was going, I've been to Dubai before. She says, I went there for 4 days and 3 nights. It cost me $8,000 for my room.
She went to that Rob Sperry.
Yeah. And so I did this right away because I love value. So I looked up the hotel for Dubai. I went online, found that Marriott hotel, that resort. And just the nights that we're staying there is $3,000. And get this, $3,000 through the travel portal, not $3,000 on the website, right? So if you're paying top dollar, it's between 5,000 to 8,000. If you go through the portal, you pay 3,000, but then you get all the stuff added in with the excursions and everything for $1,800 for 2 people. So long answer, Karen, I'm going to be all over Dream Trips big time. It's just, it's funny that Karen, most people right now, I've never seen this in my lifetime, but they're just so concerned about money that they come up with objections with Dream Trips right away. So I say to them, hey, you need to watch this. So I send, Mark Smith's video on Dream Trips, and they watch it. And it wasn't once, Karen. It was at least 20 people came back to me and said, yeah, I see the membership and you're going to give me a free cruise. And I know I get dollar to dollar back after a year, but I can't afford the plane tickets to go on this. Isn't it crazy that we're talking about curated travel that's such as a discount, and people are going, but how much can you save me on my airplane ticket? That's how short-sighted people are. And it's okay. So they're saying, I can't afford the membership. And if you gave me a free cruise, I can't afford to take the time off or pay for the air flight. And that's sad, but that just shows us where we are. And so now I get to go back to all of them and go, hey, I have a way for you to be able to afford an air flight. Cossacks. So Karen, did that answer your question? Good, good. I love you.
All right. And that is it for today's Imaginators.
Oh, Melody's got her hand up.
Was that her doorbell?
Oh, but Melody has.
I don't know if that's a hand up.
Oh, I don't have my.
She could be
eyes
clapping.
on.
I think she's clapping. So, because she
Oh,
would.
wow.
Yeah, she's clapping. So that was a clap. It was
Exactly
not.
what you tell me to do.
It
Mellow
was-
out.
Hey, don't you guys know that when someone's telling people to mellow out or calm down, man, that'll change the emotional roller coaster at a heartbeat, man.
At each other.
Okay, Craig.
Wow. Thank you so very much, Robert. And thank each and every one of you for joining us today on the Imaginators. Big shout outs to Peter and Linda, Jerome, Sandy, John Tier, Karen Owens for participating. And of course, Matt Hollis, bless you, my friend. Thank you not only for participating, but for being our executive producer behind the scenes and for helping us to be where we are today. And of course, Terry and Robert, bless you both. Thank you so very much. We love you and we appreciate you. And I know that we're going to be looking forward to the Zoom. You're going to get us information as soon as you put it together. Yeah. So everybody watch for the upcoming Zoom about Akashics and about all of this.
Do we want people to register for that, Dad? That Zoom? We'll probably have registrations, or you just want to send the link out?
Yeah, I'll just send the link out.
Okay.
Okay.
Then look for it in your guys' email address.
Yes,
Okay.
Jeff is on the Zoom too.
Sounds good. We'll work that all out and get all the information out to each and every one of you. Thank you all again. If you want to save the chat, there are some links in the chat in Zoom. Go ahead and click on the 3 dots in the meeting chat next to Imaginators. Then click on Save Chat and it will download at the conclusion of our Zoom. If you want that information, also for those of you watching on YouTube, we'll post that in the post description down below once we conclude. And thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be a part of our amazing Imaginators group. We love and appreciate you. And I'm going to go ahead and unmute as we conclude today's Imaginators. Until next time, please be good to yourselves, be cash, and bye-bye. And thank you all very much.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks,
Happy
Mom and Dad.
birthday,
Thanks,
Arthur.
Craig.
Thank you, everybody.
Happy birthday,
Love
Arthur.
you all.
Appreciate everybody.
Awesome
Happy Sunday. Happy birthday.
Happy Sunday, everybody.
Bye, Peter.
Bye.
I think they said
Happy
Arthur's
Sunday.
birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, Arthur.
Peter, Linda,
Happy birthday,
Daniel,
Arthur.
Kai, Melody, Jerome, Jamie,
Love you guys.
Deborah,
Everybody, what a
Mike,
family.
Jody, Coach Bob, Karen. Sounds like happy birthday all over again. I think.
Somebody's got their mic, their speaker on loud.
Peter, Linda,
Where did she
Bill.
go? Did she go?
Maybe.
Thanks, Craig.
Love you, Robert. Love you, Matt. Thank you all very much.